A Move Forever Workbook Guide. Week 47. Navigate. I am not born for one corner. The whole world is my native land. Seneca. So far, you've focused on building an efficient endurance engine to cover lots of ground on the trail. Now it's time to think more deeply about how you find your way. Navigation involves building confidence in your own sense of direction and how to respond if you lose your way. This is another ancestral attribute already inside you, but it won't just magically appear overnight if you've never used it before. Physical maps and modern tech are perfect tools to help get you started, but it's nice to look up occasionally to see things for yourself, to rely less on outside help. The more you get to know the ups and downs of an area, the clearer it becomes in your mind's eye. This week, go back and re-explore your local patch. Pay attention to anything you pick up on now that you didn't notice before. Exercise your curiosity to bring out your innate navigational sense. Use it to build a detailed mental map of your local area. The more you explore, the more refined this map becomes. See where this path leads, or that one over there. Create new ones yourself. The process is continual. Keep expanding your own patch out in every direction. Apply the same approach to new places too. Once you begin to master the disappearing art of finding your own way, you'll really start to feel the freedom it provides. So let's dive into the workbook and get this week underway. This is the overall layout of the workbook. Plan it, do it, and then review it. Let's start with our plan for this week. We're going to focus on 3 things this week. Revisit our local patch. Since we moved back to Cumbria, we're now at the opposite end of the forest to where we were previously. We know some of the paths up this end, but not as many and not as well. See where this path leads, or that. So we're going to take to the trails, using maps, tracking apps, and, importantly, our own sense of direction. And renew our mental maps. It'll take longer than just 1 week, but as soon as we feel we know the paths in the north end of the forest as well as the south, then our mental maps of the area will be just about complete. Let's see how we got on. On the left, you can see a map. This is the north end of our local forest. Lots of trails and paths to choose from. At the moment, we probably know about half of these. So on the right is my attempt to plan a route linking some of the paths we know with some we don't, following new paths until we end up somewhere familiar. The next step is to get out there and get going. First new path on the route. Easy to find this one, pretty easy to navigate. This one is a bit more tricky. A nice visible landmark here, a good mental marker for future excursions. Another new path, again nice and clear. Oh, I know this path, let's go up here. Yeah, we've definitely seen this before. This is definitely the place. Bit of a slog, but then we get our reward. That path looks good. We want to get somewhere over there. I think we'll give this way a try though. Picking a path just to see where it leads means you might end up getting nowhere at all. It doesn't matter though. Just go back the way you came and start again. So here's the planned route on the left, next to what we actually ended up doing. It looks pretty good. Look closely though, and there are a couple of slight changes to the original plan. For the larger black circle on the right of the second map, we found what looked like a better route, so we just went for it. On that smaller black circle on the left, I took us down a path that led nowhere, and we had to divert back and around. Lots learned on that mini excursion, mental maps refreshed. Midway through the week, let's see what ideas and inspirations we've come up with. Take it further out. Applying the same process to a lesser known area on one of my solo adventures here, looking out for subtle differences in the approach I need to take to find my way. So here's a map of an area that's largely new to me, but is reachable on foot from home. I know the Little Langdale area in the bottom right of the map fairly well already. Rather than plan a specific route, I'm just going to get myself to Little Langdale and then use the various features of the area to get to know it that little better. My rough plan is to get to Blee Tarn, which is the blue dot in the top left corner of the map, and get there via Lingmore Fell, which is in the top middle, and then I'm going to come back by the southern route. I will have a map and a live tracking app with me en route to help, but will largely be using what I see around me to help me make my way. A couple of towns, a few roads, and lots of hills. So I started off by running out from home to a town that I know really well. But soon enough I was in among the trees, on paths I'd not been on before, and I had to refer to my mapping app a few times, especially when the path gave me options and no signs to help me find my way. Eventually I got out of the trees and started to use the landmarks more freely. Up the fell, past that first tarn, and then eventually I could see my destination. Then I made my way down to Blee Tarn as planned, and after a little more time in the mapping app to suss out my route back, I set off back for Little Langdale. Soon enough I got to the Slaters Bridge, back in the corner of Langdale I already know, and then on towards home for a brew. Back home and back to the map, the recording I'd made of the route. I spent time studying the route I'd just taken, mentally noting the bits I liked, the bits I didn't, and the paths I might like to try next time. A whole world of possibilities unlocked in just one outing. So let's have a look back at the week and see how we got on. We love taking the time to get to know our local area. We actually want to do it. This is the biggest driving force for us in building navigational skills. We use whatever technology or guides we need to get us out there and get us moving. The more we explore the local patch, the less we need to rely on the technology, learning to trust our own judgment while being okay with the fact there may be a few wrong turns along the way. So as for the weekly checks, feeling way more connected to the new end of our local patch already, 5 out of 5. So now it's over to you. Have a go yourself. Use Move Forever, the workbook, this video, and your own experience and intuition to plan out your week. Then go about it curiously and enjoy yourself. Don't forget to share your progress in the group. Pictures, videos, lessons and ideas. We love to hear how you're getting on. See you next week.